Yo, what is up, family? Today we're doing something a little different. As you know, as in all of my community knows, especially Smite 2, there's a lot of controversy on whether the game is dying or not. And I kinda just want to give you guys my thoughts, right? And my opinions on whether I think the game is dying, the game is not dying, whether it's here to stay, you know, the future basically. So I want to start and go over the thing that started this all, right? It was Smite CEO tweeting that obviously, due to unfortunate events, due to the company not making that much money, they can't keep up with the costs. They have to unfortunately lay off some employees, and this kind of caused a panic in a lot of Smite's community. This caused creators like Fine OK to start uploading Deadlock, creators like Incon to now starting to transition into Deadlock. Um, and it's great for them, right? Because if that's a game they enjoy, obviously they want to do their best to grow. And as you can see right now, Deadlock has a ton of potential to grow. It's still currently, not released, open to the public. You need an invite to get into it. Um, but yeah, anyways, going off of my tangent over there, um, I personally don't think Smite's going to die. I think it's here to stay. Um, and I guess I kind of just want to go over some comments that I've seen in YouTube videos and kind of address them one by one. Obviously, I won't share the usernames. I won't share the profile picture, so the username and profile picture will just be blacked out with a little marker that I did. But yeah, so let me start this with this comment. So this person said, as soon as they are going to throw my skins in the trash, I decided I wasn't going to waste time with the game. So this comment can be interpreted in a lot of ways. I'm sure he's referring to all the Smite 1 skins that he currently has that aren't cross-gen. But for those of you guys that don't know, obviously the cross-gen skins that you have in Smite 1 will eventually be transferable to Smite 2. But as of right now, like the dev said, they are currently focusing on um, gods to add to the god roster to give us more content. They are pausing skins, which I think is a huge deal because the main revenue part where the company grows is through skins. Um, and a lot of people don't realize that, and they're kind of just dooming the game because there's not enough skins. Um, but to this guy's point, he is upset that the skins that he has in Smite 1 that aren't cross-gen is not being transferable, which I get it because you may have spent a ton of money on Smite 1, but again, Smite 1 and Smite 2, they're not supposed to be the same game. And the amount it takes for devs to create skins is a long time. So imagine trying to create all those skins and basically the devs are basically working for free there, right? Because they wouldn't get any. It's a business, right? It's a business, so they're not gonna get any profit off of making old skins that people bought that people already have. um, and it's basically just free labor. So it's from a business standpoint, it's a dumb move to import all the Smite skins into Smite 2. From a consumer standpoint, it's a great move, right? But then again, you have to understand that if you want Smite 2 to grow, you need to fund the business. You need to buy the new skins that are going to come out. And honestly, the skins that have came out in Smite 2, I'm not talking about the Mastery ones, although those ones are really cool too. The skins that do come out in Smite 2, they're really good. Like the Loki skin, the Jokey Loki. I don't even know what it's called. The new cross-gen Thanatos skin, like that skin looks amazing. So I think people just need to wait and just see how the new skins that these creators create when they eventually do it. Just wait to see how they look, right? So that's my point on that. That's my um, point of view on that, right? So moving on to the next comment that I saw. And quick note, sorry, forgot to mention in the beginning, these comments are just randomly picked from random videos, so they're not in one single video. There's not a single video I'm referring to. But yeah, moving on to the next comment. This person says, I can't wait for the game to officially come out so these clowns can't use it's an alpha as an excuse anymore. Game is garbage now and it's going to be garbage at release. I'm telling you now, I love Smite with a passion, but I'm telling you now, nothing is going to change except 15 to 20 more gods. Right. So, for this person clearly doesn't love Smite with a passion, right? If he did love he loves Smite 1 with a passion, sure. But I think for this argument, it's kind of just being biased here. Because the game isn't good now, right? First of all, it's a subjective opinion. Some people find the game fun. Some people find the game boring. Some people prefer Smite 1. You know, whatever. But to say the game won't be good in the future, um, I think that's just completely wrong. The devs right now are making daily updates. If you go on the Discord, they're releasing patches. Ever since, you know, the CEO laid people off, the response from Hi-Rez has been amazing. They've completely did a 360 on their patches. So they're releasing daily patches. Even though there's small nerfs, small buffs here and there, it still freshens up Smite 2. Right, and it makes it easier for them to do it because of the new engine, which is why they're moving to Smite 2. They're not moving because, I mean, yes, partly because of a money reason, right? But that's not the main reason. They're really introducing this UE5 engine to make it easier for us, to make the game feel better for us. And saying that the game won't be good, even like, you know, in the next few months, even though when it's full release or whatever, that's just dooming the game. And I bet that those same players are just saying the game won't be good, we'll be the first ones to download it when it comes free to play. But like I said, I also think these players are the ones that will just that just prefer Smite. They just prefer Smite 1. And they tried Smite 2 for 1-2 matches, got dominated because they don't play the game a lot, and they are not used to the way it feels. And that's, you know, you can't fault a game because it's different from what you're used to. A lot of people like to say it doesn't feel like Smite 1. It's not supposed to feel like Smite 1. It's Smite 2. It's a new engine. It's a new map. It's it's sure same basic objectives like towers, Gold Fury, Fire Giant, but right now they're adding that as a placeholder, right? They have to add something. So then later on, once we get the new gods, once we get more variety, they're gonna add items, they're gonna add new objectives. But right now what they're doing is just trying to make the game as fresh as possible. And how do they do that? They're doing what we're asking to, which is to add new gods. Again, the response from them is just to be better, be more communicative, and that from Hi-Rez is just extremely great as a response. And I think the game will be great in a few months. Yeah, but everybody is titled to their opinion, and if this person doesn't think it's good, then I hope I don't see him playing in January. Alright, moving on to the next Doom comment that we have here. This person says, Smite 2 is literally just Smite 1, but less in every way. You give up years of your money and time investment into Smite 1 for what? A worse product in every way. They keep trying to promote Smite 1, and I'm just sat there thinking, what the fuck is the point in playing? Avatar skins are back, cool, I can't use them in Smite 2, so why do I care exactly? They literally cut content from Smite 1 too. Like, where is the Odyssey event? They keep trying to promote Smite 2, and I'm also sat there thinking, what the heck is the point? The game is bare bones, I literally have to give up hundreds of cosmetics to move across, plus it costs money to play Smite 2. Alright. For this comment, so the first part he says, Smite 2 is literally just Smite 1, but less in every way. Well, my counter to that is, sure, Smite 2 is less than Smite 1 right now, but you are comparing a 2 to 3 month old game to an almost 12-year-old game. Smite 1, please keep in mind that Smite 1 has had 12 years of development, and you know what, to make matters even worse, Smite 1, before it got fully released, when it was in open beta, the first time it was released, it was in worse condition than Smite 2 was in right now. There were 17 gods in Smite 1 when it first released. It was Agni, Anubis, Alquang, Arachne, Artemis, Bastet, Hades, Hebo, Hel, Hunbats, Kali, Odin, Sobek, Vamana, Ymir, Zeus, and Ra. There were 17 gods. But people didn't complain at that time because they had nothing to compare it to. To them, it was fresh. To them, Smite 1 was the new thing, right? So they can release as many gods as they want whenever they felt like it. But now, since they have something to compare Smite 2 to, which is Smite 1, they are forgetting the process that took Hi-Rez Smite 1's game into a great game. Smite 1 didn't just have 120 gods in Season 1. In Season 1, it had basically, I think when Season 1 started, it had like 60 gods, right? But Smite 2, Season 1 hasn't even started, and they're already aiming for 50 gods by January, right? Which is basically when they're gonna release. Maybe that's when they'll probably start Season 1 when it becomes fully public. So that's basically the same kind of that's equivalent to what Smite 1 was originally going to. But again, new engine, they're responding to nerfs and balances better. They're constantly updating the game now. Every single day, if you go on Smite's Twitter, they always have a new patch. Like today. Today, it's October 11 when I'm making this video. They literally released a patch nerfing Anubis. He's been strong for the last couple days, and they nerfed him because the community was complaining that Anubis is stronger. Anubis is taking over the meta, and they nerfed him. And they also buffed a couple items here and there, right? And again, just great response time from Hi-Rez. And then moving on to the second little portion of his comment, they keep trying to promote Smite 1, and he's thinking, what's the point, right? It's true, right? If you're gonna move over to Smite 2, there's really no point in buying Smite 1 content now. However, they still have to make money somehow, and the people that don't plan on moving to Smite 2, you know, quote unquote, they'll probably be the ones that are buying those items, but they need some type of revenue. Because as I said earlier, Smite 2, they pause skins just to give us more gods, which is already, you know, a good sign from them. They're giving us more content so we can love the game more and then eventually invest in it, right? They want to grab our our liking to the game first before we actually invest money in it, invest more money in it. Which again, it's a business. They need to make money somehow. And Smite 1 right now is currently the only game they have that is generating them even a few, you know, a few $1,000s, right? So obviously you're going to try to market it even a little bit just so they can grab more money. So last part of his comment, he said they keep trying to promote Smite 2, and he's sitting there again. He's saying, why are you promoting Smite 2? The game is bare bones, and he literally has to give up hundreds of cosmetics to move across into playing Smite 2. Again, back to my point in the previous comment, it's a business. We eventually are gonna have to invest new skins, kind of like Dota 1 and Dota 2. You didn't see Dota 1 import all their skins into Dota 2. You didn't see Valve do that. It's new skins, it's new gods, it's a fresh game. Call of Duty, 2K, every company does this, but yet when Hi-Rez does it, they basically get crucified for it, which I don't understand. I think it's just pure hatred on Hi-Rez for no reason. And he says that they were trying to promote Smite 2, and I barely see any promotion in Smite 2. I haven't seen any promotion in Smite 2 at all. I guess I get a couple YouTube ads here and there, right? But they're not in your face. I don't even see it in like the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store, because it's an alpha. The devs know it's an alpha. They are treating it like it's an alpha. And the devs told us that that the alpha is for players who are willing to play a buggy game and give them feedback to make the game better for full release. It's not meant for casual players who just want to enjoy the game. If you want to enjoy the game, go play Smite 1 and wait for the full release. So that's my take on his comment. So moving on to the next comment here. This person says, how to fix Smite to me to, for me personally, make Smite 1 a carbon copy but with Smite 2 graphics. Of course, reworks and new items are welcome. So, my counter to that is if they were to make Smite 2 a carbon copy of Smite 1, the exact same jungle, same same map, same objectives, same items, um, nobody would buy that. Less, the less people would buy that than Smite 2. Sure, you get better graphics, but it's the same game. Less people are willing to spend an extra $30 to play literally, like you said, a carbon copy of the same game just for better graphics. I personally would stick to Smite 1 at that point because if all I'm paying for is better graphics, what's the point? Again, back to my main point. Smite 2 is a completely different game. People need to stop going to Smite 2 expecting the same result or the same feel as Smite 1. You need to adapt. You need to realize that it's a different game. And I think that's why people hate Smite 2 a lot because it's not the game they're used to playing for the past 12 years, and to them it feels wrong. To them it's not Smite because to my point now, it's not Smite, it's Smite 2. It's supposed to be a different game. It's supposed to feel different. It's the gods they're doing plus ones to gods, so the gods shouldn't they should feel similar, sure, but they are not going to be the exact same. And as we move towards the future, as we move, 6 months from now, when the game's free to play, I think a lot of people will start to look the other way and they'll see the potential in Smite 2. Obviously, it might not be as big as League of Legends and Dota and all those other big MOBAs, but I don't the game I don't see it personally dying. I think there's still, although not the biggest fan base, right? Not compared to League of Legends or Dota, although not the biggest fan base, it's still here to stay. So, with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this type of content. Just going over comments, just going over Doomer comments specifically. If you guys did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these kind of like going over comment videos. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one, family.